Howdy, y'all, and welcome back to more batch cooking. So, yesterday I cooked two good sized chickens with this brine and rub kit, a Kinder's Butcher's brine and rub kit. And it is for a turkey, so it was plenty big enough to do two chickens, and I brined them for I think like 4 hours. It recommends 30 minutes a pound or overnight. So I did them like 4 hours in the brine and then used the seasoning rub on them and then just roasted them in the oven for it wound up being like almost 2 hours. I had them in there at 350. So that left me with two delicious looking roasted chickens. So I removed the breasts off both of them. So there's two here, and then under this foil there's two more, and I have frozen these for another day. So I didn't make anything out of the chicken breast. I just froze them like they were. And here is all the rest of it. Um, the thighs, the leg quarters, the wings, and a little bit of meat off of the back. So this is the chicken that I'm going to be using in my recipe today. So while I was roasting the chicken, I also made up quite a bit of brown rice. I don't know if I'll be using all of this, but I made a lot of brown rice yesterday while the chicken was cooking. And also, this is not orange sherbet. This is the drippings, the pan drippings from the chicken. Now, this has been refrigerated overnight, so as you can see, all of the rendered chicken fat is right here on top. So if you are watching your fat and you don't want to use all of this, now is a good time. You can let it get closer to room temperature. I just got it out. But you can take all of this off so that your recipe won't have, see, it just lifts right off. And you can discard this and not use it. It's easy to take out, so you can just lift the whole piece out just like that. And all you have left is the beautiful gelatized, of course it's full of collagen, and that is the chilled stock. Okay, so what I'm going to do is heat both of these, and I strained it after I cooked both the chickens. I strained the stock into this container and then chilled it overnight. That's why it looks like this. But I'm going to put this in a pan and warm it up, and I'm going to add to it a can of cream of mushroom soup and a can of cream of celery soup, and that is going to be our sauce for our broccoli, rice, and cheese with chicken. Now, so the pan drippings and the soups, that will be our sauce at the very end. I'm going to pull all of this chicken. I'm going to clean it, remove all the skin, bones, any kind of little unsavory bits, and pull it into bite-sized pieces, and mix up the soup and the pan drippings for the sauce. I'm also going to be using some broccoli florets. Those are frozen. I'll probably just let them, they'll probably still be a little frozen when I incorporate them. Now, I've got a bunch of different little dibs and dabs of cheese that I want to use up. I have some shredded Colby Jack. I'll probably reserve most of this to put on top because it'll be, real attractive with that little nice shred. Um, I have a couple of mozzarella cheese sticks, some sliced aged Swiss, and some Old Crock. This is a great cheese, by the way. Australian, extra sharp cheddar cheese. I have a little bit of that left. Yeah, about that much. So I'll use a few slices of this. I'll use up all these little extra pieces of cheese. And so I will make the sauce, pull all of the chicken, and combine all these things together, put the cheese on top of it, and that will be our broccoli, rice, and cheese casserole. So I will get busy. Okay, so this is the chicken, the dark meat that I pulled. This is the wings and drumsticks and a little bit of meat off the back. And I thought that that was plenty. This is a good size bowl. And I thought that was plenty for the broccoli, rice, and cheese dish that I'm making. So I just kept the 4 thighs like they are. And I'm going to freeze them just like I did the breast. So that will be another meal. I can barbecue those or whatever. I could turn them into any number of things. So I've got this all ready to go. In my pot here, warming on medium low, is the 2 cans of cream of soup. This is cream of mushroom and cream of celery, and I haven't diluted it with anything. It's just the concentrated soup. So to that, I'm going to add the pan drippings from both of the roasted chickens. Don't want to spill this. So I just warmed it in the microwave a little bit so it'll be easier to incorporate. And like I said, if you don't want all this fat in your recipe, you can easily take it out at the chilled stage. So I'm just going to pour all of it in there. And I did strain it before chilling it. So this is going to be our sauce for the broccoli, rice, and cheese with chicken casserole. So I'm just going to whisk this until it is nice and incorporated, and I'm just heating it so that it will incorporate even better. And now, in the same pan that I used to roast one of the chickens, I am going to assemble our broccoli, rice, and cheese casserole. Okay, so I have about 5 cups of prepared rice in here. It's a whole lot, but I'm planning on making a really big pan. So to this, we're going to add our cleaned chicken meat. So that goes right in. We're also going to add all of our various shredded cheeses. So that goes right in. And broccoli. So you need a great big bowl. Put that in there. Okay, and over the top of all of this, we're going to put our sauce, which is just the roasted chicken drippings and a couple of cans of cream of soup. So we're just going to pour this over the top of everything. I've got my oven preheated. That's the little bell we just heard, to 350 degrees. And now I'm going to just combine this really good and put it back into this pan. This is the same pan I used to roast the chicken. I gave it a quick rinse, and I'm going to mix this all together and put it into this pan. Okay, so I have gotten it all mixed together and transferred into this baking pan. And be sure, if you're using one of these aluminum pans, to put a supporting like a cookie tin under there or something to support it, because they are very flimsy and will not hold a dish this heavy. So to this, I am just going to sprinkle the rest of this Colby Jack cheese right on top. Okay, so here we go. This is the broccoli, rice, and cheese casserole with chicken. You just pop this in a 350-degree oven for about, well, if your ingredients are room temperature, about 20 minutes. If they're all cold from the refrigerator, about 30 to 40 minutes. But all of the ingredients in this dish are fully cooked, so you really just need to heat it through and make sure all the cheese is melty on top. And then there you go. That's it. Broccoli, rice, and cheese casserole with chicken. And this is one of the dishes I'm making on my batch cooking day. So when this is done, I will let it cool, and I will divide it up into individual portions and dinner size portions to be frozen for later use. So thanks for joining me, and y'all be sweet.